Hey guys, I'm out in the garden. It is a beautiful, not spring day. It is actually the end of February, but I am planting out my peas, and so I wanted to take you along, show you how I plant out my sugar snap peas and my little marble peas, which is a shelling pea. So I thought I would take you along and show you how simple this is to get these guys in the ground so they can get growing and we can have a good harvest before it gets too hot around here. Okay guys, so first the basics on growing peas. I'm in zone 7 and I'm actually planting out my peas a few weeks early this year because I've already looked ahead into our forecast. We're not showing any below, whoop, the wind's blowing my phone away, and I'm not showing any below freezing temps, and peas are frost hardy for the most part, and the ones that I'm planting, they should be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and get them started today because it is 82 degrees today. It's late February. We've had a very warm spell come through, but even in as I look out into our weather several weeks from now, we are still going to be in the 60s and 70s. So I'm feeling like this is just going to be an early spring. I'm feeling like it's going to be okay to get these peas started. Usually I would not put these in the ground till March 15th. But I'm starting them 2.5 weeks early this time around. We're going to see how it goes. Just as a backup, just in case we were to get a crazy, weird cold spell come through, I'm actually going to start some pea seeds indoors and some in cells as well. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. So we're going to put them out and we're going to see what happens. So I'm going to show you how simple it is to get peas started. Peas do not do well once it gets very warm out, so they're very early crop and they take about 60 to 70 days to come to that first harvest. The warmer it is out, the quicker they're going to grow. Cooler out it is, the longer it's going to take for them to flower and grow. So with it looking like it's going to be really warm, I'm hoping to have a harvest of these by mid-April, which would be great. I can start harvesting these because they're going to be in the same beds that my tomatoes are eventually going to go in. So the sooner we can get a harvest of peas, the better. Peas are one of my favorite things to grow. I just love these particular peas, the little marble peas. They are just so sweet. They are like a treat from the garden. And so let's get these started. Okay guys, so this is the type of bed I'm going to be planting in. I've already added some compost to these beds several weeks ago. I've worked it in. I already have trellising here. These peas, the little marble peas, do not necessarily need trellising, but the sugar snap peas, they do like trellising. So I'm going to be, every other bed, I'll be going back and forth between little marble and the sugar snap or Oregon sugar snap peas. I think that's what they're called, like the kind that you would put in a salad or in a stir fry. Those, and so I'll be putting them every other one throughout here, and I'm just going to be planting them kind of up close, but not right up against this trellising. I'm going to be putting them up close enough to this that if they do want to latch onto this, they'll have it available. It's not totally necessary. Little marble peas will grow to be somewhere between 30 and 36 inches tall, and they will produce pods that you will harvest them once the peas are fully ripe inside of them, and you will shell them. This grows like the type of peas that you'd buy frozen or like canned peas. So, and then the other kind, like I said, is the snow pea, that like what you would get in a stir fry or in your salad. So first, let's go with the little marble pea, and I'm going to show you how to plant them. I plant them 1 inch deep and around 4 inches apart. And so I'm going to make a trough here, and I'm going to make a little inch. I'm going to make it about 1 inch deep, and we are going to plant them in here, and we'll move on to the next thing. Okay guys, so I have my peas here, and I'm just going to drop them in here, 4 inches apart, 1 inch deep. And then we're going to just come behind and we're going to push the dirt over these, cover them up. And that is it. That is how simple it is to get your peas in the ground. I'm going to come behind here and I'm going to give this a good water. And within a week I should see some sprouts, maybe even sooner since it's so warm. Peas do like for their soil to be at least 55 degrees or above for them to have good germination rates. Right now it's been 80 degrees for several days, so I think these are going to be just fine. And they're going to germinate well, and so I can't wait to see what happens. I'm kind of excited to plant these a little bit early. And then I'm also, like I said, going to be starting some in seed cells indoors and seed trays indoors, just in case these don't work out, but we're going to give it a try. So one last thing about planting peas, and this is the reason why I'm excited to go ahead and get these planted out now, just putting the seed directly in the ground. Peas do prefer to be planted directly into the soil because they're not a fan of having their roots interrupted or like bothered. So when you start them in seed cell trays and then you go to pop them out and plant them, that can put a lot of stress on the pea plants, and sometimes they won't do so well. You'll either stunt their growth or maybe they just won't thrive at all. So really the preferred method is to start them outdoors from seed. And if you are or if you have no other choice but to start those indoors, I would definitely suggest that you have a really deep cell to start them in, deep cells to start them in, or like something deep like a solo cup or something like that, so that those roots really have room to grow and not so that when you do transplant them, you're not really bothering those roots as much. Okay guys, well, this was it. Planting peas, super simple. If you've never tasted a homegrown pea, you should give it a try. Plant them early. Usually you can get these in the ground about 4 weeks before your last frost date. We're stretching it a little bit here to about 6 weeks because just because, like I said, we are planning to have a really early warm spring here with not a lot of chance of any freezes and very little chance of even any heavy frost. But they do like cool weather. They're not going to do well. They'll be stressed whenever it gets hot out. So peas are something that you will want to plant out early. Go ahead and get those in the ground, or at least get them started indoors before your last frost date by 3 or 4 weeks at least, so that you can give those a head start. Especially, we live in Zone 7 here. We have a very short window of actually springtime weather. It just gets hot here really fast, so sometimes I struggle with peas, and that's another reason I'm excited to get them out early this year. Alright guys, hope you have a good day.